What's going on, everybody? Frank from 5am Ramen, and I am in Baguio City in the Philippines. For those of you that don't know, I'm half Filipino, come to the Philippines a lot, and Baguio is one of the places I frequent. It's known as the summer capital of the Philippines, and that's because of the cool weather up here. A lot of pine trees. It's called the city of pines often. And as such, I'm also wearing a hoodie just because it's pretty cool outside. And with that cool weather, of course, I'm very excited to have ramen. Behind me is Agara Ramen, one of the finest ramen restaurants in Baguio. And we're gonna be having a bunch of different ramen here. Super excited. Let's dive in. And also, I'm gonna be joined by my brother. Some of you might remember him from other 5am Ramen videos. And here he is, Mark. Mark. What's going on, buddy?
What's up, guys?
What do you think? Do we look alike? Who's more handsome too?
Italian version, Asian version. I think that sums it up,
I
guys.
think so. Mark has more of the Asian look. Maybe hard to tell with the beard.
With the beard,
but,
that's it.
anyways, enough talking. Let's dive into some ramen.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Boom.
All right.
Okay, here we go. First, starting with the chova, and this is their signature dish, having a bit of the soup, which is chicken, pork, and fish. More specifically, with the fish, we've got katsu, more bonito fish flakes, saba, which is mackerel in English, and also niboshi, or sardines.
Here we go. Itadakimasu. Oh, with the soup first, of course.
Oh yeah.
That's nice.
It's
That's
nice to see a fish-forward ramen in the Philippines, where I think, the majority of it is going to be pork, right? We still get that richness from the pork and chicken, but the fish is really like coming through strongly, right? You probably didn't eat too much fish ramen growing up, right?
Not that much. I always stuck with Tonkotsu growing up. Not so much fish ramen, but since Frank started 5am Ramen, I started to appreciate fish ramen over the years and started having more and more of it.
This
Very
is
good.
this is good, man. This is really good. Like, I love, again, that fish forward flavor. It's like a gentle fish flavor, but at the same time, like, they don't hold back. It's like, hey, this is about fish, right? Like, they went all in.
It's not overwhelming at all.
No.
It's a perfect balance.
Big slab of pork here. We're definitely going to be full today because we got 4 ramen in total, including this one. You can see it's broiled here. I'm going to have some of that. Oh no. Toppings wise, we've got mema or bamboo shoots, and also this interesting paste here, which is apparently the chashu like broken up into
that's what
a
it is.
paste. Yeah,
Interesting.
it gives it a sweeter, kind of smooth finish. You can see the pork back fat floating about, which they put in at one point. Very good. We're going lightning speed here. Why don't we get the next one? I'm ready.
What should we do? The tsukemen?
We could do the tsukemen, and that is their second signature dish. So why don't we jump into that one? Sliding it over here. Yeah, these are bigger noodles.
And you know
For
what's
sure.
interesting? I didn't appreciate tsukemen until you started 5am Ramen, and then I started because in high school and when we were in Japan, I never ate tsukemen. Ever.
And now you were.
Yeah, then now I love tsukemen, the richness and the flavor of it and the different style.
You're a rich in it.
Science.
Well, look how thick these noodles are. As is often the case with tsukemen, nice and firm because they're not cooking any hot soup. Let's dive in.
I like it.
So what I'm getting here is it's more salty, it's more concentrated, right? But it's got sweet notes, it's sour. Tsukemen is very much in your face, more so than maybe regular ramen because that soup is so concentrated in flavor, right? And that's what I'm getting here, as I'm sure you're getting as well. And thicker noodles to mop up what is a thicker soup. In other words, it's engineered in a different way, right? And this is very good. You do get that fishiness here as well, right?
Yes.
And this is basically pork bones and fish.
Yes.
And I think it's well balanced between the two.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add then?
Man, I don't know what else to say. It's very tasty. There is a strong bonito flavor, but again, it's not too fishy. And you said it's like well balanced. It's complex, and there's so many different flavors, and it's strong flavors because it's a concentrate basically, right? I like it, bro.
Pleasure appreciating these styles as I've dragged you into the deep end here.
Yes,
in the world of
yes.
ramen. I'm gonna take some of that lemon on top and basically sprinkle it on the noodles a bit. That acidity cuts through what is, a richer broth, right?
Question, bro.
Yes.
Do most people drink the tsukemen broth after like they do with ramen? Because it's much more concentrated, right? And somewhat like salty.
Great question. Actually, a mediocre question.
This guy.
No, that is a great question. Sometimes what they'll do is they'll give you hot water at the end and hot water that's mixed with the dashi or some of the soup.
So something to kind of water it down, because when you drink it by itself, right, you're just like, wow.
So
You know,
people will add the hot water to the concentrated tsukemen broth.
at the end of the meal.
See that
Otherwise,
shows,
it's really concentrated.
so that shows how I'm just like a salty barbarian freak, because I always end up drinking it without the hot water.
Nothing wrong with that. That's
Delicious,
how you're
right?
supposed to do it, actually. What I mentioned is wrong.
Exactly.
That's for the wimps, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I love it though, that flavor, that rich flavor. I like salty flavors, so.
It is salty.
Yeah.
So maybe less salty when the noodles go in, right?
Yes.
Because the noodles are just picking up a little bit of the soup. Otherwise, if there's floating in the soup for a while, it
Might
may be
soak
too
through
salty.
it, too salty, right?
Exactly.
Got it.
Boom.
Let's
No,
go.
round
Time
three.
for
What's
round
next?
three.
My God.
Here we go.
So they're not holding back here. You know, there's an appreciation for like what happens in Japan. I was talking with the chefs, and they're like, we were trying to emulate this ramen restaurant. So for the tsukemen, for example, it was Tomita, which is possibly the highest ranked ramen restaurant in all of Japan.
Yes.
And their go-to dish is tsukemen, right? They were also talking about the chuka soba, which is aoba. Aoba is very famous ramen restaurant, huge pioneer. And then for the miso ramen, they go to the extent of actually stir frying the bean sprouts, which is something you get it up in Sapporo. They're doing things as it would be done in Japan, which is very impressive.
Yes, yes. We are in the mountains of the Philippines,
Yeah.
which is, we're about a 5-hour drive from Manila, the vacation capital of the Philippines. So really cool that we're having like authentic Japanese ramen here with inspiration, from Japan. Okay.
All right, round three.
Here we go.
Let's start divvying this up.
I'm
Sorry.
surprised we're still holding up. We've already 2 bowls in. I'm still hungry. I can do spicy though.
I don't know, man. You say
Well,
that.
guys, out of all the rounds of our spicy fire noodles over the years,
That's
who
true.
has the better tolerance? Let's be honest.
True.
here.
You just
The ramen guy or the barbarian from the mountains. I don't know if I destroy you, but
Well, maybe not destroy, but definitely.
there was
You
that
were-
one time that you walked
you-
off camera and went pale.
Oh my god.
You know which part Lord of the Rings that always gives me chills though? When he's screaming, "Dad!" When they're you look like that.
We're making a mess here. Let's start.
Right, roll.
Okay, here's that soup.
Oh, it is quite spicy. I like it.
Oh yeah. They're not
Let's
holding
go.
back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What do you think this
So
is
no
on a
fish.
level of 1 to 10 spice?
Yeah,
For
it
me, it's
lingers.
like
Oh, but it's good.
6 or 7.
It's got a kick. No,
It's nice.
This
I
is
like it. Clear my
the
sinuses.
miso flavor is there, but that spice is like miso step aside, right? We say 6 or 7, but like 10 is like, you know, you're dying. So all of you come out to Baguio, if you crave heat, this is a great bowl for you to get. And be warned again, it's spicy.
Oh, I like the chashu. It's grilled.
And it's broken up too.
Yeah.
Very good. It's also
Spicy
no
miso.
fish in the soup, right? They're just highlighting pork, so you get that pork richness. Pretty thick too, the soup.
Yeah.
Very nice. And those bean sprouts, I'm ready to try them.
With the Japanese hate me with your bread mix.
It's okay. You're off camera.
We won't tell anyone.
We won't tell anyone our secret.
Oh, very nice. Thicker noodles, as often as the case in Sapporo style miso ramen. Very good.
Did you know, guys, he was always going to be a ramen head because growing up in Japan, whenever he was homesick, all he'd eat was instant ramen and Sapporo Ichiban instant ramen.
I thought that was
Nothing
you.
else. That was you.
Me?
I ordered pizza. I cooked different food.
Only instant? That probably made me sicker.
Oh, yeah, bro. Okay. But no, bro, that was like your go-to meal every time. You blocked it out from your memory because you became a real ramen head.
Seems like it. Seems like it.
So the signs were there, guys. All right, round number 3, 4.
Round number 4, losing count. Let's grab some of that
Let's go.
soup in what is their Tonkotsu shoyu. So I was told, besides the chuka soba, this is their other big seller.
Yes.
One of their top sellers. Ooh, nice. I like this one. Nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Silky Tonkotsu.
Silky. He's got the words, guys. He's got the
Well,
words.
I haven't.
Silky. I was like, I ran out of adjectives a long time ago on round 2.
No,
And then
I
he just
only-
pulls out silky out of the air.
I've only got 4 words
I
to
don't know, maybe
describe
some-
ramen. Tasty, delicious, yummy, and silky. Silky, you know, like
No, but silky
smooth
is
tasting pork bone soup. You know,
for this
pork.
bowl is very
Exactly. Pork bones can be messy, right? But
Yes,
it's like clean.
yes, they can be messy.
You've got the shoyu seasoning or soy sauce seasoning, but also they added mayu, garlic oil, right? And that's where you're getting that garlic finish. And also thick noodles for this one here. Not quite as thick as the tsukemen, but still relatively thick.
Do they do this in Japan, or is that the first time you've had it?
I don't think I've ever seen it. It's interesting.
Cool, eh? Yeah, it's this guy's that Frank talked about earlier. It's chashu paste, adds another dimension and meaty flavor to the bowl.
Soup sweet, it's there in the corner, kind of like something to mix in as you like.
As you like it,
Yeah. And often as you get in Tonkotsu, I think they were inspired by a Hakata style Tonkotsu for this one. We've got kikurage, or wood ear mushrooms in the mix here.
Wow. We did some damage, guys.
We did. We crushed 4 bowls of ramen.
And 2 appetizers.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Absolutely delicious pork dish. That's really good.
Very nice.
Fluffy white bun, nice juicy pork.
With the gyoza and also the pork buns, which are both excellent.
Yeah. In the Philippines, I've tried gyoza at a lot of different places, and sometimes they mess it up and they use like too thick wrappers, the process. So it's nice when you see a place that does it right, like here.
Yeah, so we had 4 ramen. Started with the chuka soba, had the tsukemen after that, spicy miso, and then here, finishing up with the tonkotsu shoyu. Did you have a favorite from the 4?
Honestly, for me, it's tsukemen. I like salty things. I have a super sweet tooth and a salty tooth, so I really like just like the richness and the saltiness of the tsukemen.
And you probably appreciated the thick noodles too, right?
Yes.
Or was that like, or was it more about the soup?
For me, it was more about the soup. I just like the flavor of the soup. I think even with thinner noodles, I still appreciate it. But yeah, again, all four were great.
Okay.
But for me, my top choice, tsukemen.
Tsukemen? Okay, nice.
How about you?
For me, I'm kind of torn. Like, I think I appreciate, so I'll just say, like, we were talking to the staff, right? The head chef, and like, he was talking about how he wanted to make the chuka soba a thing here. Pork bone ramen is majority of the ramen that is served in the Philippines, right? But he wanted to have more awareness around chuka soba, right? Like, that is the dish that he went to Japan, and that's what hooked him, even if he was more tonkotsu based before. Anyways, I'm saying this, so like, the Japanese in me like appreciates that, and I might, because of that, also have to say the chuka soba. But I really like the spicy miso too. I love that butter in there. I love the amount of heat.
The giant mound of butter, guys. Insert butter clip there.
That was heaven.
Yeah, it was nice. It just melted in with spiciness and brought down the fire a little bit and just gave it that rich, creamy dynamic. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's just keep it simple. Chuka soba number 1, spicy miso maybe number 2. That said, what was your number 2?
Spicy miso.
Spicy
miso
all right.
for me.
No, excellent ramen. I love the fact that they are again really trying to bring a certain level of authenticity. He was talking about how he's got 2 separate soups, and their kitchen is not massive here, but they go to the extent where like, you know what? We're gonna have 2 soups, one for the chuka soba and one for everything else. That's a lot to manage. So hats off to Agara Ramen.
Awesome, guys. Check out Agara Ramen and come train at my gym if you're in town.
Oh yeah, check out Mark.
My gym is in Quezon City. In Manila, guys.
Yeah, follow Mark Mugen on all social media, of course. And he's got really funny videos. All right, thanks everyone for watching. Frank from 5am Ramen signing out. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Oh, and the mic's here.
Oh, my bad. I can say it.
No, we'll use that in the outtakes or in the video itself.
Just speak straight to his neck.
That's right, because it's connected to your phone. Oh, okay. I was connected to the camera.
Oh, don't worry. Was it stir fried?
Yes.
The noodle or not the noodles, the
beans fry.
All right, just like in Sapporo. Very nice. High level stuff.
So actually, one ramen shop should only maintain one broth.
So you're doing 2 though?
Yeah.
So
So we have a different. This is for special only.
okay. Oh, is this one interesting?
I didn't know that. So most ramen places.
One broth only.
It's just easier to not have 2 pots. Very impressive.
Just like in Aoba, they only maintain one broth. Or tsukemen and chuka soba. Because the only middle there is tsukemen and chuka soba.
But I guess with less ramen shops than Japan, and you wanting to introduce ramen here in Baguio, Philippines, it makes more sense to have 2.
Going all the way.
Going big, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, round number 3.